More than 2,000 separate flats are planned for the Barbican, 3 high tower blocks, each of 43 stories, and a series of smaller terrace blocks built on podia, which give a dramatic visual contrast. We put a lot of thought into the way each building is sited so that every flat gets a look at the sun for some part of the day at least. As you walk around, because of the openings and ways through, you'll find you can see a long way, and that gives you an added sense of the space around you.
It's very different. I would say that you know something that I really notice here is the quality of the build, which is it's a funny thing. Like I think like a lot of flats in London maybe are not that well built or they're pretty old. And here when I first moved in, I was like, first of all, the walls are solid concrete, so you don't hear anything.
There's just something special about it. It's just such an iconic neighbourhood. It's the architecture, it's the design. It's such a great location.
I love it. It's an oasis in, you know, such a historic part of the capital. I think once you actually live in the Barbican, you really do grow a love of the area.
In the late 70s, oh my God, we used to live in a squat in Islington, and they were licensed because of those days. There wasn't a housing crisis that there is now.
In Sheffield at the age of 22, and it was 29 grand. You can't buy a car park space for that in London nowadays.
What are your opinions of housing in London? Awful.
So it's getting a little bit pricey. People need places to live.
It's very expensive. We're actually looking for housing right now, and based on our budget, like there was only like 3 properties that were available.
Now they're taking the mickey now. You know, no one can buy a place in London unless you're an oligarch or from old money, and it needs to stop. We need a revolution now.
No, I think the Dutch have got a good idea. They're converting containers into small single-person accommodation with a bathroom and a bed, and I think we need more of that until more built places, affordable places, can be built. And it's a shame that the local authority thought it'd be a good idea to sell off houses and not replenish the stock.
I don't have the housing crisis doesn't affect me that much. But younger people I know, yeah, I think it really does affect them. I think they're thinking about where they're going to live and what they're going to be doing. Housing is something you just had a place to live, and suddenly people realise you could make money out of housing, and the only way you could get somewhere decent was through buying somewhere. But that only works if people can afford it.
I think where the Barbican's at now is very different to the original concept. I'm just not, as much as I'd love to see it, I just don't think that you could replicate that in 2022. I'd love to see more iconic brutalist build. I'm not sure we'd ever see anything the same as the Barbican.
Would you like to see more buildings like the Barbican?
Would I like to? Yes. Will we be able to? I'm not sure. To be honest, I still think from time to time how amazing it is that they actually managed to build this, because you need like a big plot of land in central London, and for a lot of people to come together and say, okay, we're going to build some flats here, but also like an art center and a garden. Like it's such a fantastic project. I'm not sure it'll be easier to do it again like this in the center of a city.